Now, I said I was going to be using this channel to talk about different things that I see out, that I see, and I want to vent about. Today, I seen a article where this lady was talking about that how the Asians donated 80% of the Proud Boys budget was donated to them from Asian Americans. Now that's just shocking to me. It's in Atlanta Star. Before the Proud Boys went to the Capitol on January 6th, 80% of the money that they used came from Asian Americans. Asian Americans are giving them money for when they have help pay hospital bills, travel fees, or whatever. It's in the Atlanta Star. It's the source that Asian Americans, you can Google it, Asian Americans give donations to the Proud Boys. So to me, that's just a very horrible thing. Since for one, blacks over here in this country are the main reason why they're here in the first place. And I have nothing against Asians or anything like that. But it's just how they reciprocate what we've done for them versus how they treat us is what's becoming a problem. Okay, because whites don't shop at the Asian gas station, the Asian grocery store, the hair salon, the flea markets. Not saying that the majority of the people that shopping at their restaurants and at their establishments are the black people. If it wasn't because of our dollars, we are the ones supporting them over here in this country. Without our dollars, they would have to go back to China. And I mean, that's just a reality and a fact of the matter. And I really would like to see a movement. And like I said, it's not against Asians, but every other community provides for their own communities. You're not going to go in the Asian community and see a black owned business. When you go in the white neighborhoods, they support each other's businesses. And I just don't understand like how African Americans, blacks, period, even globally, like I don't know what's wrong with us. Like globally, we just it's like we hate ourselves. Like I don't know how these people like even over in Africa right now with the Asians. But it really should be a move to where the blacks don't support their businesses. And when we don't support their gas stations, when we don't support their liquor stores, when we don't support their hair salon, nail salon, then they'll go out of business. And then guess what needs to happen after that? When they go out of business, we need to take over that exact store, that exact gas station, that clothing store, nail salon, hair salon, and we need to purchase it and service to our own community. And I know we say this and say this and say this and say this, but it's that time. Because right now they're taking our dollars and then donating it to the poor boys, the Proud Boys, whatever, Proud Boys. And then I noticed something else about like with the Democratic Party that I just seems it sits not right with me how Biden just gave them $50 million. So I'm not even sure if that's not some type of way to low key give them money to um, give money to the Proud Boys or whatever. So I just don't know what's going on with that. But I'll tell you something else too that I am happy to see that I also learned today is that there's about to be a new black police citizens starting. It's going to be a chapter in coming to Atlanta, and there's going to be a chapter also coming to New York where they're going to be and see that because this is something I always said like the new blacks that's coming in that's checking things out. They recognizing our real issues. Like it's time out for the fake ones that's not really doing nothing for the community. Everybody knows we have a problem with black on black crime. We have problems with education. We have problems with owning our own businesses. Those are the type of issues and things that the leaders that we need to be focusing on those type of things. Yes, there is definitely white supremacy. That's only one thing that we need to focus on, but we need to also focus on building ourselves up and supporting our own community. Blacks spend over $2 trillion, but we don't own nothing. Imagine if we was taking some of that $2 trillion and putting it into our own communities, into our own businesses. If and yes, people have problems with finances, and I'm guilty of it too. We all need to come together. Maybe you can't get everything on your own, but maybe you can get 3 or 4 people, and y'all can get together, save up some money, come up with a business plan or something, and get a business going. Or you know what I mean? Pool. We have to pool our resources together. And believe it or not, blacks, we got the money. We got the money. The fact that we can support and uphold all these other people businesses show that we can do it. If we can sit over here and make the Asians rich and the Arabs rich, well, we can make our damn self rich. Same thing going over in Africa. They want to sell all the land up to the Chinese people and let the Asians come over there, set up businesses, set up stores, and they want to sell land. Literally, this guy, they're taking him to court now because he bought land for like $10 million and he literally made billions off of the land. Like I just can't with Africa. Like I just can't with Africa. Like I'm so serious. I really can't with Africa. But we do it globally, so I just can't blame it on Africans. But I don't see how Africa, and you can Google this if you want to. Africa has the most platinum in the world. Platinum is more expensive than gold. They have the most gold. They have the most diamonds. They have damn near 40% of coal in the world. And coal is what we need to make electricity. And some parts of Africa, they don't even have electricity. Like, make it make sense. And then uranium, copper, the resources you need to make a Cadillac converter in a car, and just so many more resources. I mean, like Africa is literally like the richest land when it comes to resources. I mean, the United States needs them, China needs them, everyone needs what Africa has. And so then I just can't get. I try to brainstorm and brainstorm on it, and I just don't understand how they're in poverty. Like, how does it happen? And then it just leads me to believe that it has to be with like a lack of education. The leaders must don't know how to do it. Like they don't know how to take the resources of the land and change it into wealth or what to do with it because it just don't make sense. Like any other country, the Asians can come over there, set up shop, use the resources of the land, take your gold, buy your gold from you from dirt for dirt cheap, and then go make billions off of it. Same thing with the Europeans. They can come in, buy us some land, set up a factory, make billions. But it's your land. They're paying you, but they're the ones getting the billions. And it just leads me to believe that the leaders or something don't know how to set up infrastructure, what they need to do, how to change it into money because it don't make sense. It wouldn't make sense to sell something for $10 million and then somebody else can take and get billions and it was yours to begin with. And all you have to do is the exact same thing that they did and use resources the exact same way that they used them. And then you could be getting the billions. Like I just don't get it. But just on a smaller scale, we do that same thing in the United States of America. That's the way we are right here. So I'm just not blaming Africa. It's something that we do in the black community, like globally. Like I don't know what's wrong with us. Like I really don't. We do the same thing. We support everybody's business over here in the United States of America, but we won't support none of the black people's business. We go to a black business, they mess up one time, do something bad one time, we hate that business and that person for the rest of our days on the earth. The Asian can you walk in the store, the Asian can follow you around, white people can call you a nigga, act like you about to steal something, accuse you of stealing something. You know what I mean? And we'll be back there next week. It's just crazy. But yeah, so they're doing a which I think is really good. It's going to be a citizens police department, but it's going to be a black um, for black protection. They are going to be looking at police brutality. At least this is what they're saying. I mean, I have to see the groups and I have to see what they really do. See if they're about what they're saying because I think they're affiliated with the Black Lives Matter organization. I'm not sure if it's just a group where they just recognize Black Lives Matter like somebody like me. I recognize Black Lives Matter, but I'm not part of the organization. So with that being said, I would have to see their fruits and see what they're really doing in the community. But they're supposed to be for the protection of blacks in the community as far as police brutality and black on black crime. So on the clip I seen with them, they kind of like setting themselves up kind of like the Black Panthers because they will be doing other things in the community, like they're going to have social programs and different things like that. But they're also going to be help policing the streets. So um, they were saying in New York, the chapter that they're going to have in New York, though, they're only going to be able to be allowed to wear starting off to just only have like knives and I guess like a billy club type stick or something like that. But in Georgia, since everyone can carry the ones that the officers that'll be here in Georgia, they'll actually be carrying um, weapons. So, so that was just very interesting and also just very encouraging to me. I was just like really happy to see that because I was talking to somebody on one of the YouTube and they had written something to me and they were saying like they're really trying to be negative like well what how would you feel if the blacks policed themselves and I said I would feel very very good if the if we policed ourselves because we see in history when we had our own towns and when we had our own policing there wasn't crime and then not only that if we have our own policing it's not just about criminals and getting criminals. The ones we have are about the community and about social programs changing from within, not just trying to, after the crime's committed, then okay, we're going to arrest you, we're going to go after you. It's about getting people that are in tough situations, bad situations, and trying to change people, trying to change people. So that's the difference. And then when you got somebody that you think that's really caring about the community and that's really got your best interests in mind, you look at police a complete different way. When we have a community supporting this group of people saying that these people are here to uphold the law, we support them, we respect them, then that says and that changes a whole lot right there. If we don't respect the police, we don't trust the police here. But when we have our own police, of course, there's going to be some knuckleheads because it always is. But when we have our own, it'll just be coming from just a whole different attitude and view of the police. It'll be more so that when you know that they stopped you or they're arresting you, you know that you did wrong, and you might as well just get ready to face the consequences. But like I said, we have to see the fruits of um, what they gonna really be talking about and what they really gonna be doing. But and it was something that was interesting too. And I'm just gonna just try to tie these two things together. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's true or that it's false. But they recently signed a bill saying that no longer people can do citizens arrests and Kemp them, which they're not for black folks, but they tried to say it was for civil rights or something from when somebody had got shot or when somebody had got killed because some white folks just trying to do a citizen arrest um, to somebody. But now that I look at it, I'm thinking that it may be more because the Republicans ain't thinking about nothing like that. So it made me lead to think. So when these black officers come in, they put that law in place to not have them, so they don't have the authority to exercise citizens arrest when they see um, people committing crimes. But that was just something for thought because I remember when they passed that bill, and then I seen that today about these black police, um, civilian police coming to Atlanta and coming to New York, and then I just put two to two together because when they first did was trying to pass the bill, I was like, that's kind of crazy because they don't ever do nothing for nothing like that as far as like when an officer kills somebody black, and then even Kemp was in it and trying to get the bill signed. And so I put two together. I said that's why they're doing that because they know that these Negroes is about to be coming here and they're gonna be acting like police and they will put you on citizen's arrest. So that was just something to that I thought about. But that's it. Like us with these us with it, I just don't know what's wrong. Like I just really like every time I think about Africa, I just be like, all that platinum, all that diamonds, all the gold they got. Like I'm just like, and this is stuff I actually had. I'm in school when I actually did a report, and I did actually did a report on South Africa, and we had to like talk about it's international business class, and we had to compare different things. Like it could be um, laws that international laws, trading, exporting, regulations, just different things that have to do with the effects of businesses going from one country to another country or within the country, things that would hinder a country from being prosperous. If they have certain regulations or certain rules on exporting, importing, free trade, and all those things. But anyway, I did mine in South Africa, and so I had to learn about their resources, and then that's when I learned. Like I always knew that Africa had diamonds, gold, etc., etc. But we're talking about the number one main platinum, gold, diamonds. Like I don't know. We do the same thing over here, so it is what it is. But I think that we're changing. You can definitely notice that there's a change. So that's on the bright side. I think that we are starting to get smarter. I think Africa's starting to get smarter. Uh, Africa, it's the I think it's just the leadership over there, but it seems like they got some new people that's on the ground over there. That's just like no, that's something I can't wrap my mind around. I cannot wrap my mind, which I'm sure if the same thing was in the United States, if it was 90% African Americans here and 10% white, it probably would be the same way. Who knows? But that's why I can't get over on the continent of Africa. It's 90% black. Like I don't understand how they got a handful of white people running this whole entire like. I don't get it. But they probably would have the same way here if it was 90% African American, 10% white. They probably would be able to figure out how they could have control over us. So I don't. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. It's in fact it's less than 10%. I think the last time I checked, either 6 to 8% of the population is European, and the rest of the continent, the entire continent of Africa, is black people. So I'm not understanding. Then I be watching on news. They be telling them that they can't come into this school, and I be like, what? These white folks have built a whole little town in Africa, and dare any blacks to even come in the town. Like they walk around with guns on their hips and everything, and telling the black people like that's like somebody coming into your house and then telling you can't use your own bathroom or you can't use your kitchen. Like how the hell do they have the right and authority to come on the continent of Africa make a European town and then tell the blacks on the land that they're not allowed in that city. Like that's just ridiculous to me. Like and I mean it just goes to leadership. The leadership got to be getting paid off. They got to be getting money or because after apartheid and everything that's went on, there's no way that they would be allowing that if unless they wasn't reaping some type of benefit from letting it happen. Like come on now, after the way the white folks treated y'all over in Africa, Europeans treat y'all and they treat us too, but I'm talking about y'all right now. And then it's like 6% of them and over 90% of y'all, and they bullying y'all and telling y'all what to do, and just don't make sense. I don't get it, and I just really don't get how y'all don't got that money. How y'all not figuring out how to get that money? They only need leaders over there now that's going to know how to take the resources of the land and change it into infrastructure and wealth for the people. I don't know. Look, I'm not that smart to figure it out and tell you how to do it, but I am smart enough to know that you need to find somebody that do know how to do it because that don't make no sense for Africa to be having all the resources like that and living in poverty. Should nobody in Africa, everybody in Africa should at least be equal to what low income is here in the United States of America. Actually, y'all should be better because y'all got more resources than the United States of America. That's what's so crazy about it. Y'all got more resources than all these other places, and we all need y'all, but y'all don't know how to benefit and take advantage of that. So, but I mean, it seems like things getting better. I hope Malema, Julius Malema, I hope he get in over here for president because that's I don't know how to address. I guess yeah, Mr. Malema, Julius Malema. Um, I really believe that he's got the right vision for Africa over there. So, and the government, I don't see how, if the government was really for the people, how they wouldn't be supporting what he stands for. Maybe not 100%, but definitely it does not make sense for them to be claiming to be free and they don't have water, don't have toilet bowls, and you know what I mean, just simple amenities. And then you got 6%. You got all the Europeans over in the country on the land that they stole, took from y'all, living good. Like, and really, to be honest, I'm gonna have to get into that a little another later. But really, the same thing really happened over here in the United States of America. Like, this land was taken just like it was taken over in Africa. This land was taken from the black folks over here in this country. But we want to play dumb and act stupid before the Europeans landed on this country. You can go back and study history. It was already some Africans who had already migrated over here on this land. So if you really want to be technical, the United States belonged to the Africans or to black people. I mean, if you really want to get technical about it, but I definitely agree with Julius Malema. So, but yeah, I think that's all. That was my only thoughts for today. So, thank you.